Hello, 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 and is it bonsoir? Bonsoir, we're in France. Hello and welcome to Tea with Lily. And we're here live talking about young and fabulous people and their careers. My name is Lily Nardimensa, and I'm the host of this show. And the reason why I brought the show is to make sure that all the voices that I listen to across the world also have a platform. So it's about talking to my friends and my colleagues who know a lot about a lot of things. So this space is for informal discussions over topical issues where we chat over a cup of tea and then we delve into some serious matters. And without further ado, my guest today is Lola Cuvelier. She's the co-founder of Personal Branding France. Yes, France. She's all the way from France and she just popped in across Zoom or across the internet to come and say hi and share her expertise with us. Welcome, welcome, Lola. Lola, how do you say welcome in French? I'm learning French as I'm going
Bienvenue.
along. Bienvenue?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So by the end of this, my French will be perfect, I'm sure. She'll correct me as we go along. Let me tell you a little bit more about Lola. She's responsible for the development of personal branding on the French-speaking market with her mother, Beatrice Cuvelier. Since 2006, they've been the exclusive French-speaking partner of William Arruda and Riche Inc. Those who don't know William Arruda, he's the personal branding guru, full stop, big full stop there. So they've trained and coached hundreds and hundreds of people, young people hundreds and thousands actually, young people who are looking for their way, employees in search for more freedom, seniors on the way to more meaningful retirement, entrepreneurs, consultants, coaches, trainers, etc. You'd think that she wasn't busy, but she's also set up her own agency around visibility for personal brands, one that comes from the heart in connection with their authenticity and their uniqueness. I love the word authenticity anyway. And she guides them to embody their brands and make the most of decisive visibility choices. Welcome again, Lola. Thank you so much for joining me on the Magic Sofa. How are you and what are you having in your tea?
Yes, a tea. Thank you very much for this invitation. I am so happy to discuss with you another time. I am a little shy. I am a little bit shy, and I don't speak English fluently. So make indulgent if I make error at it. It's still a little bit complicated for me to speak all in English, but I can try it.
But the thing is, I don't speak any French at all, or it's just awful. So your English is like a million times better than my French. So no apologies there. So welcome. So we're going to speak about personal branding. And as most of you know, I love personal branding, but we all have our little niches. And Lola's niche is for the young and the fabulous. And I ain't young and I ain't fabulous, but she's going to talk to us about it. So in terms of personal branding, you're going to talk about how people embody their brands and can do it at any age. What made you go on the whole personal branding journey?
In fact, my first time with the personal branding, it's the coaching in personal branding, because I don't know it's the same in other countries, but in France you must do an observation stage, an observation training in society when we have 14. So when we are in the school, and I said to my mom, please help me. I don't know what I want to do. I don't like school. I don't like studies, and but I like to be on the training on personal development.
Okay.
Because my mom starts their transition in personal development and in personal branding too, in coaching, few months ago, and I said, "Okay, please, mom, you're the personal branding. I don't know what is it, but maybe that can help me." And she coached me about it, and I reached my my passion, my value, my mission, all my brand, and now I am here for that. To me, it's important to develop events and to develop the contact with the people.
That's amazing. So your mum was doing it already, and you said to her you wanted to learn from her. So what is it like working with your mum?
For me, it's fabulous because we have a beautiful relationship, and it's more easy to work with my mom because she knows me and I know her perfectly.
Okay.
I tried to work with other people, and it's more complicated because with the personal branding we know that who we are, and but when I worked with other people, I know their brand, but they don't know my brand, and it's a little bit complicated for us to be in synchronicity and in synergy. So I think it's the most important to me, my relationship with my mom and our work relationship.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I know that sometimes, us mums can be just always going like that. But at the same time, from a professional level, if she knows what your true values are, she's likely to bring that out a lot more than someone who doesn't know you. So it's something that perhaps if you're in business with your family member, that is actually not a bad thing because they're working towards the same goal and you're not looking left, right, and center, but you tend to be more focused, I think. So that's amazing. So your mom brought you into the personal branding space. She coached you to coach others. So now you coach coaches to go and train other people. That's amazing. And at such a young age as well. Oh no, we're not going to tell. You cannot tell a lady's age. I'll just keep quiet here. Now, tell us about the personal branding TV and who that is for, because you have a TV platform as well, don't you?
Yeah, we created that for to show the power of the personal branding. In 2019, we start with conferences, interviews, more intimacy, just focus on one people. And after I created the summer camp in Instagram, and now I create the TV show that's called Brand Story for describes brands, personal brands.
Okay, and so you interview people, and then because I know that in terms of visibility, if you're just writing text on the internet, you'll get that. If you've got a photo, it'll be that little bit more. But if you get a video, it's that your visibility is just that wide. So video is obviously people see video and people connect more with a person. Because I remember maybe about 5 years ago, somebody had just seen my pictures and assumed that I was fairly quiet and demure and I didn't speak and stuff like that. And then they saw me speak. They was like, oh, I saw a different part of you that I hadn't seen before. So TV or video is so powerful as a vehicle with which to develop and increase your personal brand. So that's a very good way of doing things. So one of the questions that it will be at the top of the mind of a lot of young people, because we have to remember that we're talking about young people, the youth. And when I say youth, maybe 18 to 24 or thereabouts, or maybe under 30. And in the UK, there's some stats about, 1 million young people are unemployed. And that is apparently approximately 1.5, 1 in 5 of them are unemployed. How can they navigate this way with their personal brands to become more visible, hireable, basically so they can get work and be part of society? How can they do that?
I think that there is lots of things to do when we are young and we want to be employed. I think that in UK you have more people employed, more young active employed, because when I search on the website on the web, France, it's less than you, more unemployed, more.
Really?
Yeah. France and Italy and Spain, it's more unemployed people. So I think for all people, you have people, young active, who are not unemployed. And I think that's the first thing to develop for to be employed is to be focused, to know what we want to do.
Yeah.
I have no diploma. I try to have the baccalaureate in France 2 times, and it's an échec for me. But after that, I be focused on my way, on my objective, my goal, and I have lots of certificates in different countries.
Yes,
because
that's interesting.
If your country don't offer you the good one, you can travel, you can make it online.
Yeah.
So be focused on what you want to do.
Okay.
Yeah. My family is very open of that. I am okay. My father is not open for that. He is doctor. He want I did normal studies, but I said no, I can't do it.
Yeah.
And I studied personal branding, coaching, management, leadership, web design. Yeah, that's okay. And now I have a job. I have a career.
Yeah.
I start my career in 10 years. I have 28 years old.
I knew that.
Okay. And when I start, I said, okay, I don't like studies, but I don't like normal studies. Okay, I make my studies which I want, and I develop my career like I want.
Yeah,
so
I think
that's the first point. If you are not unemployed, if you are not unemployed, that make you sure that you are in the good way, and be focused on your goals. That's the first point.
So being focused on your goal. But I think you mentioned something about your dad not being happy, wanted you to go and get your diplomas and get your degrees and stuff like that. I think a lot of us have grown up in that frame of mind that, you know, in my family and in a lot of families, there are just four career paths: doctor, lawyer, architect, accountant. Anything else, you're a failure. So I can understand, and I think society also doesn't allow for those who may not be academically minded, but vocation. But I think things are changing now, that you don't, you know, this having to have a degree for the sake of having a degree is limiting a lot of people's chances in the world, because they might actually, you get your degree when you're sort of around, you know, between 21, your first degree, 21, 22, and then you go on your master's and what have you. By the time you finish, somebody who's had an apprenticeship would have started earning long before you finished your first degree. And then you get your first degree and you come home and you're scratching around for a job because you haven't got any job experience. And there's so many people like that with a lot of student debt, where they haven't worked before, they've just studied and now cannot find jobs because they don't have they don't have the work experience to show that they can work. So it's so finding your passion, finding your goal, the things that you want to do, and focusing on it, I think is probably it's not probably, but it's a very good strategy, and I'm glad that you brought that up.
I think it's more important to be focused on your strengths, like as your passion, because passion you can do it all the time, but your strengths, it's what you must do in real. I have lots of clients who tell me, okay, I make my passion, okay, but you win money? No.
Show me the money.
Okay, so please be focused on your strengths, work with your strengths, and you will win money.
Yeah. I think you and I, you know, are obviously from the same school of thought. It's like we're having a personal branding face-off right now. You know, with the same thing, personal branding face-off. But we both, personal branding as a tool to use or as a concept, is very much working from that people's strengths and pulling them up so they grow taller and taller and taller. And I think sometimes the coaching industry can look at what people cannot do, whereas sometimes, I'm sure there are other coaches, and I'm not bashing coaches out there, but I think if you're right, Lola, if you focus on your strengths and you're adamant that this is what you want, this is what you're good at, this is what fuels you want to get up and do in the morning, you're more likely to be happy and more fulfilled and do a lot more than sitting at home and wondering when is the next job going to come and lie on my lap, you know. So I'm looking at what's happening here to see if we've got any comments right now. Let's look at LinkedIn. Are there any comments on LinkedIn, just in case people are? Oh, I've seen a comment here. Oh, let me put my glasses on and let's keep going. LinkedIn user, things are changing. Finding your focus is important. And so on. And so we got some, I saw something that said no degree. A degree no longer equals long-term wealth or even a good job. It's a LinkedIn user that I don't have their name, but I think that's so true. But it will take time, though, for society and for employers to come back to how things were, because I know that people who don't have degrees and have done very well, but it's normally from the older generation. You know, for the younger generation, a degree is an absolute must. Without a degree, nobody's going to open the door to you, regardless. And you don't know why people don't have. Maybe they didn't have money to go to university. That doesn't mean that they're not. They don't have the capability to do the job. But the entry level, half the time, suggests that a degree is the only way that they can go in. And I think society and organizations would have lost a lot of talent because of that requirement of having to have a degree. Let's look at what other people are saying. Times are changing. And so on and so forth. But yes, keep your comments coming in so we can answer them. Let's look at some of the other things that we said we're going to talk about. So you mentioned focusing on your big dream, but if you've talked about, would you do anything different to what you're doing now? What would you say to your younger self?
Sorry.
What would you say to your younger self? If you had gone, I mean, at 16 or whenever, you said you didn't want to go to school, you didn't want to get a diploma, you wanted to do your own thing and do things that you want to use your strengths for, like management, coaching, web design. Would you do anything different than what you've done now? And if so, why?
I don't know. I changed anything because my life, it's some opportunities. Maybe if I because I was on school all the time, and it's just for me, it's not the problem of regularity in school. It's very, I think that the school are not adapted for me. So maybe if I can choose another school, another system of school, yes, I change that because I think I am not adapted for. And when I discuss with the American School of Paris, the leader of the school tell me that there is lots of system of school, and maybe one it's okay with my system of life, my system of education. So yeah, I changed that, but not my life, because I love my life. I love my way. It was hard. It was Rami. I don't know if I.
And what did your friends say to you when you said you didn't want to go to university? What were some of your friends, your people, your age group that you'd gone to school with? How did they?
It's funny because now I work with my best friends who are my friends in school, and she makes studies. She was on university, and now she works for me.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she worked for me. I am the boss. And when I discuss with her, I think, and when I look my friends, my school friends on LinkedIn or in Facebook, I write, I look that they are in the same industry, marketing, communication, but they made lots of studies, and me no.
Okay.
Different schools. Okay. And I write I looked at and I say, okay, in what job they are, and I say, okay, it's funny because we are in the same industry, and we have different jobs, but it's funny to discover that. And yes, my best friend, one of my best friend, work for me now, and she makes studies and she makes her way. And one time I say, okay, you live in Paris, near Paris, you work in a bank industry, you are not happy to be on here, so okay, send me your CV. And okay, this CV I sent to one of my friends who are the boss of one of e-learning platform, and I say, okay, please look that and tell me more. And she worked for him. She moved in the south of France, and now she work sometime for me and sometime for motors concession, because she like biking.
Oh, okay.
And now she is so happy. So I say, okay, I make my job.
that is wonderful, because it goes to show that but society has to come round to your way of thinking in terms of, or our way of thinking, and I totally agree with you. A degree is not a prerequisite to do good and to do good work. It's not a prerequisite, but it leads to something else that a lot of people feel that they have to get, and until society can change, companies can change that. Because I know that when you go to school, you can be a very, very good student and a terrible worker. The difference for me is that when you're a student, the teacher or your tutors or your lecturers are there to correct you to help you and guide you every step of the way. When you come out of education, you're in the big wide world, and there's nobody there holding your hand and saying, put a comma here, put a capital letter there. You need to do your you need to write your report. You need to bring it in a certain time. And it's stuff like that that makes one feel that there isn't a good transition between finishing education, starting work, and flourishing at work, in that stage. So I'm very proud of you. And I'm sure your parents are also very proud of you. So well done. Now, let's look at, you've talked about the three tips that you wanted to have. I want to show one more here. What do you think? There's a question here. What do you think the society can do for people who find themselves in a similar situation?
I think it's a good society. But I think some society is like here, is like that. I know lots of entrepreneurs who want to develop the people brand in their society. I coach lots of entrepreneurs for that, and I know some big society who make that. So I think that if the society where you are make not that, and you want to do that, okay, change. There's lots of society, lots of system, lots of. The important is your goals and your place, and if you are happy in your place,
Okay.
and if you are on your just place.
And what will be your tip? Your tip number 1 is focus, and your tip number 2 is, what will your tip number 2 be?
Yeah. The tips number 2 is to choose your environment.
Your environment, okay.
Yeah, because environment is very important. If you have people, if you have toxic people on your environment, you must change it, because it's the reflect of you.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't apply just to young people. Everybody. If if the energy around you is toxic, it will reflect on you, and it will show up in some of the stuff that you do. So totally agree on that one. Yeah.
I think that I know that it's a little bit complicated if you have parents who are not agree with your goals, if there is toxic.
Yeah.
But okay, listen to me. Just make distance with them, be focused, and be sure that you will you be in success, and surround you of mentors, of people who elevate you, upgrade you. Because I have the hope that my mom helped me to develop that, but my dad isn't. He wasn't on the same case. I love my dad. I am okay for that. He paid something for some studies for me, and okay. But when I work on my way, on my goals, I don't know anything to him. And one time, I think it's 2 years ago, I discussed with my stepmother, because she worked on marketing industries, and I discussed with her about marketing, about branding, about TEDx, because I work on a TEDx organization here.
Okay.
And I discussed with her, and my father say, "Oh my God, what do you say?" I said, "Okay, I make it. Look my website, look my CV. You can see it. I worked."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I distance. So choose your environment. Choose who are the people nearly of you. Choose where you live. Choose everything in your life.
Yeah. So it's a matter of choice. A choice of environment, focus, and what would be the last thing that the last sort of top tip that you would give to your younger self, even?
Yeah, I think the last one is celebrate every victory.
Wow. Yeah.
In France, I don't know if you like it. We have this champagne.
What?
Champagne, you know it?
Champagne?
Yeah.
Of course I know champagne.
Yeah, okay. When I think it's 4 years ago, I make a conference with 2,000 people inside, and I say, okay, your motivation, your focus, be great if you celebrate every victory. What's your carrot? You know, in I don't know. It's the
Yeah,
same.
we use that too.
The
Yeah,
carrots for every goals. Yeah. And I say, okay, you have chou de Bruxelles. I don't know the vegetable of Bruxelles. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I know. Is it Cremant? I know Cremant is not the same as champagne, but it's like lower. And I know
Okay.
champagne. Yeah. So
No, a special vegetables, green one,
grape.
no alcohol.
Grape.
No grape. Okay, just a second. Brussels sprout.
Don't think I know it.
Okay.
But anyway,
it's a special vegetable of Brussels. And if you you have champagne and you have a bad juice.
okay.
What you want? To be focused on champagne, to be focused on bad juice. And it's a little bit.
Well, I know what I'll choose.
Okay. And so when you celebrate a victory, make something different. Drink champagne if you like it. Celebrate it. Because
Okay.
when I was little, I was in school. My mom make it. When I have a good note, a good score,
Good report.
school.
Yeah.
Yes. We go on restaurants for celebrate it.
Yeah.
And when I have bad notes, we make anything. It's important because now when I celebrate victory, I am so happy and I make lots of success.
Yeah.
If you make anything for that, it's normal. And your brain don't know that it's happy and it's fun.
Yeah.
So if you have children or if you are young or if you are more older, make sure that your victory is celebrated.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because that feels more focused to do more, to feel better. And I think it's a cycle, like you said, it's in your mind. The more you do, the more you focus, the more good things and successes that you get. You know that the reward is the champagne rather than the bad juice. So that's I like that analogy. So how can people find you, and what can you leave with somebody who wants to work with you? How is the process? What would you do, and how can they get hold of you?
Okay, they can share me on LinkedIn or in Instagram or in my website, personalbranding.fr or lolacuvelier.agency. I offer 45 minutes to discover that together, free session to discover and to exchange about personal brand strategies.
Oh, okay. And do you do it in French or in English or both?
Both.
Both. Okay.
It's more in French. Yeah, I'm sure that I am French, but I can do it in English. Yeah.
Okay, so anybody from the English-speaking part of the world can contact you to work with you at personalbranding.france. So that's Lola Cuvelier on LinkedIn and on Instagram. Is that correct?
I am too in Facebook and Twitter and YouTube maybe. But the most where I am, it's Instagram and LinkedIn.
That's great. That's great. I like both as well. So in terms of we're all on the same page. Listen, Lola, thank you so much for coming to share your wisdom with us. Or, fabulous, young and fabulous Lola has come to share her choice words with us and told us what to do to be young and fabulous. I may never be young again, but I'm certainly hoping that I will also be fabulous
Oh,
from.
sorry. I told with my grandmother that if you are not 100 people, you are young.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Oh,
I'm not 100 yet, so I'm young. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on the show to talk to us about how we can navigate careers and find the things that help us, how to focus, how to surround ourselves with mentors and people that will elevate us into, and also how to use our strengths to build our personal brands, because strengths rather than passion. I mean, passion is important, but I feel so happy that I've met you. And when the borders open, I'm coming to the south of France, and we're going to celebrate a victory with some champagne. How about that?
yes.
Yeah, and bring your mum along as well. Yeah, cheers. So thank you very much, Lola, co-founder of Personal Branding France, and thanks every one of you for joining us and making this a very, very special occasion, because towards the end of the week we have Valentine's Day. So remember to look after one, and we hope that everything that you all get for Valentine is the least that you deserve. So Lola, thank you so much, and we will drop your website and further information in the chat across all the platforms. But we're very, very grateful, and thank you very much. Take care. God bless.
Thank
Bye
you very
bye.
much to you.
Bye.